Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial on how to navigate between worksheets using macros in Excel. Now, what I've done first of all is created a workbook with two worksheets. One of them is called Main Menu, and the other worksheet is an income and expenditure statement, which lists the accounts for a fictitious company. So what are macros? Macros are simply a quick way to do a number of steps in one action. So for this tutorial, I want to simply move from one sheet to another sheet using a macro. So the first thing I need to do is create the shape. So I'll go to the Insert ribbon at the top, and then I will select Shapes, and then select the rectangle. I can select any shape. So I draw the rectangle, and then I can see that the shape is selected. I can right click. Then I'm giving a number of options. And I'm going to select the Assign Macro. So I'm going to give the macro a name. I'm going to call it Go to Income. There's two buttons here. One is New and the other is Record. If I click on Record, and the macro name comes up as Go to Income on the Record Macro dialog box, which is fine. So I can click OK. Now, any step I make is being recorded for the macro. So all I want to do is move to another sheet. So in this case, I move to the income and expenditure sheet. And then I will go down to the bottom left where it says macro is currently recording. Click to stop recording. So I click that button and the macro is now created. So now what I want to do is go back to the main menu and I want to insert text into that shape. So I right click the shape. If I go to edit text, I can enter in income and expenditure. Now this text is a little small, so I may want to increase the size and also the alignment. So I highlight the text, go to the alignment tab at the top and select middle and center. Then I can select the font size. I want to change the font size from 11 up to 16. So now I can test this button. If I press it, it works and it goes to the income and expenditure statement. So now I want to do the same thing but in reverse. So I want to navigate back to the main menu. So I'll go through the similar steps to do that. So I'll go to Insert and Shapes, and I'll select the rectangle. Then I'll draw the rectangle on the sheet. Now I also want to assign a macro to this shape, so I'll right click and go to Assign Macro. I want to give this macro a name. I'll call it Go to Main Menu. And I'll also click on Record. And again, the macro name is given as Go to Main Menu in the Record Macro dialog box. So I just press OK. And in this case, I'm doing the reverse. So I'll go back to the main menu. And then on the bottom left, I'll click on the square, which stops the macro. So now I can go back to the income and expenditure sheet, and I'll check to see, does the macro work? Yes, it does. So I move between the sheets using the macro. I also want to insert text into this shape. So I'll go Edit Text, and I'll write in Main Menu. Again, highlight the text, and then I'll go to Center and Middle Align. Change the font size to 16 for consistency with the other shape. So now I might want to change the format of the shape to make it look better. So I can select the shape by right-clicking, and if I go to the ribbon at the top for format, I can see that I can change the shape fill, which gives me a number of options for the different colors. I can change the shape outline for the border, and I can also change shape effects. So in this case, I'll change the back shadow so we have a bottom right offset. So I'll select that. Then I may want to change the shape from this rectangle to maybe a rounded rectangle. So go back to the format sheet, select edit and change shape. And I may want to change it to the rectangle with rounded corners. So I'll select that. So now I have a shape that looks a little bit better. So as you can see, the macros are very useful. In this case, it's a very simple procedure moving between sheets. Macros in Excel can be very complex. I can also view the macro I just created, or both macros I created, by going to the View ribbon at the top and going to Macros. And if I go to View Macros, I can see the two macros are there. So I can use them at a later stage. I may want to add additional sheets and use the Go to Main Menu macro again. In this case, I can do that just by creating another shape on another sheet and assigning this macro to the shape. So I cancel that. So I've actually created a better design for a worksheet, so you can see how it may look. So this looks better with the various other worksheets that may be used in an accounting application. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and I hope you found it useful. So thank you for listening. Bye-bye.